My name is Ficker, and I'm running for the United States Senate. I'm a lifelong Marylander, father, grandfather, farmer, and small business owner, and a veteran. As a defense attorney, I represented over 40,000 people in court. I have always been all Maryland all the time. It's where I grew up. It's where I chose to raise my family, run my business, and where I take my sports seriously, and where I've been described as Maryland's premier political sports activist. Charles Barkley kindly once described me as the NBA's #1 fan, and my friend Muhammad Ali called me the real deal. Sports aside, I would like to highlight some of my political activism over the years. I was elected to Maryland's House of Delegates, where I led the effort to reduce out-of-control government spending and stop tax increases. I successfully patroned a resolution to require fiscal costs of proposed legislation to be made public. Over the years, I've placed 25 charter amendments on the ballot, which have received over 2.5 million votes. Together, we passed term limits and limited property tax increases. I've also overturned 5 state laws in federal court. To be honest, I was surprised when our opponent, Larry Hogan, decided to run for the Republican nomination, because he spent years trashing Republicans, fighting President Trump, rejecting our conservative values, and often siding with the Democratic Party. He even went so far as to found a new party, No Labels. Larry Hogan actively campaigned with Democrat Wes Moore while trashing the Republican nominee. The only reason he's invited onto CNN is so he can go open season on the Democrats' #1 threat, Donald Trump, who he calls toxic. So is Larry Hogan deserving of your vote on May 14th? Let's not forget, Larry Hogan locked down our state. Churches, businesses, schools, all locked down, and your freedom of association stripped away. We couldn't speak out. We couldn't protest. Our children still have not recovered from learning loss. Many will never catch up. Just recently, Larry proudly announced to the world that he was pro-choice. Why is Larry running as a Republican? He doesn't share our values, and he certainly doesn't want to be associated with other Republicans. Does he really deserve your vote? Not only is Larry Hogan not a Republican, he was a failed governor. Under Hogan's watch, Maryland lost the economic battle to Virginia year in and year out. He neglected to bring jobs to Western Maryland. He welcomed megaships to our port without fortifying the Key Bridge, ignoring multiple safety warnings. Now look where that got us. Our port is shuttered. We are losing billions, and Larry Hogan won't admit his mistake and is instead calling for taxpayers to foot the bill. I will make sure those responsible for the Dallas ship pay for the new bridge. When it comes to votes in the Senate, there could not be a greater contrast between me and our opponent. I will fight to make America great again, close the border, cut taxes, and get spending under control. Larry Hogan will fight President Trump and side with Joe Biden. We saw it with H.R. 815, Biden's disastrous immigration bill, which Larry Hogan credited for his entering the race. Larry Hogan gave Biden cover for his failures and will perpetuate them in the Senate. As your senator, I will build a wall and close the border. That's what you get when you vote for Ficker. We are going to restore logic to government and make Maryland great again. The Republican primary is on May 14th, the same day you can vote for Trump for president in the Republican primary. If you vote absentee, you should have just received your ballot. Remember, May 14th, vote Trump Ficker. My website is voteficker.com. That's vote, F-I-C-K-E-R.com. Thank you, and let's win this together.